Alright, I have not been able to stream in a while, but here we are. We're in a tough spot in this run, from what I remember. Just got the bow done. Yeah, about 25 or 26 days in. I think, yeah, we were doing exhausted crafting. I'm pretty low on fuel. I'm pretty much out of food. We have, like, the bow and one arrow. Alright, let's get right into it. Two hours on this fire. That's a lot. I'm completely out of food. Is that my last tea? Probably. That checks out. Well, it's kind of windy right now. Let's do a little bit more crafting first. How close are we to finishing the deerskin pants are 2 hours away. The other option is I can make one extra arrow. I really need to get that food going. Alright, let's make one more arrow. I'll come back and do this other thing later. And unfortunately the wind did not stop. Hour and 48 left. I guess one more. Yeah, might as well. Make like a liter of water. Okay, there goes the wind. Time to go. I think we're gonna lose. Maybe if I go out that way, I can find like a cattail to keep me going. I think we're unfortunately just gonna lose well-fed. I'm gonna go out this way. I know there could be a deer back up there, but I'm going this way in the hopes that we can get like a cattail or two just to keep me going until I can hunt. Hey Greg, welcome in. Yeah, we're we're in bad shape. It's I'm so close to stabilizing. Let's go ahead and use some of this. Ow, it's like only a partial. In fact, yeah, I just drank the whole thing. Alright, so that's not going to do much for me. Alright, let's just get out here. Hopefully we can find some, Nope, not a new update. I mean, the game hasn't updated in quite a while. This is a kind of ridiculous challenge that I started several weeks ago, and I haven't been able to stream in probably 2 weeks. Oh, that was weird. So I canceled the drink, and unfortunately that eliminated my buff. Like, I didn't get the final portion of the buff. I'll have to remember that for next time. It would have been much better to just drink the whole thing. Oh, this is painful. There's not going to be any food. I'm sure I already picked all these cattails. We're out of teas. I could just get like a cattail. Then I could shoot a deer. And keep my well-fed buff. Oh, I guess we just accept we're losing well-fed now. Yep, there it goes.
I gotta eat soon.
Yeah, basically just, testing myself with this ridiculous no-bedroll outer challenge. I think I took it one step too far, so if I fail on this run, I'm gonna back it up and do something slightly easier. It's looking like, we're not gonna be able to pull this one out. I'm gonna need a fire soon. See a limb over there. Maybe we go start a fire there and we can chop that while we're waiting. Yeah, the big problem here is I just kind of fell too far behind the temperature curve. Negative 11. Yeah, unfortunately... Do I even have the fuel for this? Yeah, I guess I can make this work. Yeah, so I kind of fell behind on clothing this run, and then after I fell behind on clothing, I lost all my coal, and then I lost all my teas, and now we kind of have nothing left. It'll be cold for just a second here.
I just want to lay down for a bit.
Three, huh? Let's put like a fur on there, I think. And then... I think we're gonna use, yeah, we're gonna get some more warmth from torches. Just for the first part of this chop. I think I'm gonna leave this going with the idea that we can come back and use this to warm up again. On the way back. Just take a few more torches and then go. No, I don't really do any kind of outdoor stuff. Not these days, at least. I've only ever cooked on a campfire. Hey, Dallin. Good to see you. We might be marching towards a slow death here. No teas, no coal. I got a bow with 3 arrows, but I can't find a deer quickly. Something, at least. Wonder if I should just go hunt the bear. Kind of know where the bear would be, at least. Tell me I haven't looped back around to Spence already. This kind of feels like the little hill just above the shack, right? Yep, that's exactly where it is. Alright, well at least we can use this fire as a navigational aid now. Let's go down this way some. Hey, cattails. That's something. I'm gonna hang on to this food for just a minute. There's not really any point in eating until I am more confident that I can keep my stomach full. Go ahead and get progress towards getting well fed back. Well, we might as well hang out here for a second and plan the next move.
It's dusk, so I can't be far behind.
I think we'll head that way. Still no sign of any animals. But I guess worst case we'll kill a bear either at Poacher's or north of Spence. If I can't find anything else to hunt, and we'll just risk the parasites. You can't very well say have fun. Yeah, if this is, I think you said this is your first time, right? First time watching me. You came in at a weird time, because I'm deep into a run that is honestly probably doomed. That's the bear right there. Let's just go kill the bear. I don't see anything else to kill. We'll just have to risk the parasites.
Sure getting cold.
And of course the wind is picking up. Let's see if we can get a sheltered fire like right here. Yeah, I think we're somewhat sheltered here. Just gonna have to hope. Don't really have much of a choice. Hey Jen, you might be seeing the end of this run here.
Come on, little fella.
Welcome in. I think I'm just gonna take some cold damage while we kill this bear, because I don't have the fuel to spare.
It's a goddamn freezing.
Alright, come on, bear. Haven't used a bow in so long. Oh, that was so low. Did I scare him? I think I scared him off. Let's go grab that real quick. Taking tons of damage. Yeah, that was way too low. Where the heck did my arrow go? I didn't actually land it on him, did I? No, because he wouldn't have gotten scared if that was the case. He was like right here. I'll have to find it later, I guess. Oh no. He's kind of preventing me from getting to my fire. Alright, I can't take all this damage. Let's just start another fire. Everything's falling apart. It's too windy. Oh, what a disaster.
Come on,
I'm gonna have to spend like all my fuel on this fire. And I'm not even gonna be next to the bear. Alright. I guess we'll just come on. Of course. What are we even doing here? Is that a deer carcass up there? That might be my food for the night, and then we just come back and find the bear tomorrow. That is a deer carcass. Okay, tell me your joke. I could use a joke about now.
Come on, little fire. Come on, little fire.
I knew this was gonna happen too. This is probably why I haven't played in 2 weeks. Because I knew we were doomed.
Perfect.
I have a piece of coal on me. I didn't realize that. Not that it would have made much of a difference. My other fire is still going over there. Alright, we're about to eat some deer meat, so let's go ahead and get these going. Why do I feel like this is not going to be a nice family-friendly joke for my channel? Yep, Jen, we hit the Ono zone. No, you're fine. That turned out not to be that bad. Just very childish. Ah, this is brutal. Gotta get over there and grab some meat. Can't afford to take any more damage. We didn't get enough. No. Rose hips, we need... Yeah, we need 2 full extra batches. Alright, let's see if that's enough warmth to go grab this.
I need to find a place to rest.
Oh, of course it's... Wait, what did I do with my hacksaw? That's weird. Ivory, I haven't seen you in forever. Hey, you do content creation, right? Are you still playing The Long Dark? So we can check the bears killed one. Okay, so there is a dead bear somewhere. Wonder if we can see it. I feel like I can't even sleep until I go get that food.
Starting to feel numb.
Wow, you're almost up to 5K. Very nice. I'm gonna have to check your channel out, see what you're up to these days. Are you playing anything else? Once my energy is gone, I can get food poisoning with no penalty.
I can't feel
I want to eat this animal fat. Because my health is already so low. I'm exhausted anyway, it won't matter. Might be worth considering. Oh, that's good to hear. Battlefield and football, yeah. Not anything that I ever play. Well, you're not going to learn much from me today, other than how to slowly die. I'm pretty sure. There's a certain point at which we should just, throw in the towel. I don't think we're quite there yet. It's really annoying that I left my hacksaw behind at Spence. Could have used that. So I guess if I'm gonna survive this, I'm gonna have to go get the stim in Broken Railroad. Oh, but to do that I need a rope. Okay, so HRV, Mountain Town, Muskeg, Mystery Lake, Ravine. I'm pretty sure I climbed down, right? Ravine Basin, that's got to be at the bottom. Yeah, I'm like 99% certain. Yeah, because then right after that, my health jumped up 15%. Okay, so I definitely used the stim in the ravine. We used the stim from Milton. Did I don't think I brought a rope, did I? Would I have made a note about that? Alright, I guess my best bet here is, does anybody in chat remember if I brought a rope and left it at, like, Spence or something?
I am too tired to think straight.
Alright, well we can eat this without penalty now, so take a little bit of extra health. Or,
I feel like I'm gonna die.
extra calories. Oh, I'm so slow. This wind. Just hoping I can spot the bear somewhere around here. There's something over there. I mean, I guess wolf meat is better than nothing, right? I try to get a wolf. Gotta go warm up first. Takes so long to get anywhere. Yeah, I'm starting to realize just how doomed we are
I
here.
feel my hands. All I can think about is food.
Alright, if I can get a wolf to follow me, come back to this fire. That way I won't need extra fuel. I can at least get enough food to sleep through the night. Yeah, it is true. I love starting new games. The one thing that's a little bit annoying about losing this particular challenge is I'm not going to do this one again, at least not right away. I'm going to do something else. So it has that feeling of finality. Hey, Pickle. Hopefully that'll get the attention of somebody. I'm gonna get cold again, just trying to get this wolf. Come on. You can't hear me?
Jeez, this is cold.
And he's bugged out now.
Oh, so cold.
Alright, Astrid, you tried your best. Yeah, we can't make it through this night. There's no food, no fuel. No way to get both of them and get back to shelter and sleep. Maybe if I could have dropped that bear in place earlier, we could have made this whole thing work. Oh well. Hobo challenge. Only use train cars to sleep. Can only use... Wait, can only use what you don't drop on the ground. What do you mean by that? Yeah, Pickle, well this was a long time coming. I kind of knew since I started the stream what was going to happen. But, you know, I had my hopes. Maybe we would find a deer or, you know, something really good would happen. Hey, we're still alive. Sort of. Oh, I see. So you're saying I can, Oh, I see. So you can take anything, but then once you've dropped it, you can't use it again. Yeah, I like, John's burglar challenge more because in that one you can, like, well, you could combine the two, right? Because then you could go in the house, you can take what you need, and then you can't ever go back. So it would kind of, because with those rules, it feels like you could just like save things for later. All right. Well, we're 100% dead here. Go ahead and treat my food poisoning. Don't even have a tea. So I gotta think about what I'm gonna do for my next run. There's two things that I want to do. One is basically this challenge, but we'll go back to the version with the bedroll, because clearly the no bedroll is too hard for me right now. So I'm considering doing that. The other thing is there's the tournament going on. Oh, actually, that's what we should do. I don't think I'm gonna actually do the tournament run, but I want to do some science for the tournament run. Jen, I have big plans for Misery, so not only do I eventually want to do Perfect Misery again at some point, but I've got plans to make a Misery walkthrough. I just need to get some technical stuff figured out, so that probably won't happen until early next year. Yeah, I'm thinking science for the tournament run. So for those who don't know, there's a tournament, it's called Furry Then Silence 2, a play on Fury Then Silence, which was both the name of an update and the original tournament that, I guess it was Chef Maria who did it. And you basically spawn in and you have 50 days to make a bow and arrows and kill as many things as you can. Actually, I guess there's 3 divisions. The NOGOA Light, you have to use the bow and arrows, but I think the other 2 you can use a rifle or something. I don't know all the details. I'm not even gonna look at the rules right now. I just want to do some science because I'm thinking that I want to do a Mystery Lake spawn, which is not something that I've seen anyone else do. Only Stalker. Okay, so it's Stalker, Loper, and then NOGOA Light. Yeah, that sounds right. Pickle, do you happen to know for the, we're really launching around here now. Oh, that was almost the end right there. Alright. Time to take a nap, bastard. Hey, we can cheat death. 25 days survived. Well, next time we attempt this, I'm gonna go for the Blackrock spawn, and we're gonna get the early clothing, and I think that'll... I just have to be able to survive that spawn. I think that's the trick to this, though, is just, get that northeast spawn and get the clothing going pretty early in the game. All right, so for the actual tournament, it'll be NOGOA Light, which allows birch bark. But for this testing, I don't really need the birch bark tea. I'm also going to just do noon and clear weather. So I want to see some stuff about this spawn before we actually try to do it in a blizzard. And there's no feats, right, for this? I'm trying to remember, isn't there like one weird... Oh, it's because it's custom. Oh yeah, you have to turn the trader off. Okay, good call. I'll have to remember to do that next time. I'll just grab the code and make sure I do it right. So when we spawn in here, there's a few sapling spawns that I can check on the way in. And I think part of the hard part here is going to be figuring out where they are in the blizzard. So there's like a potential birch and a potential maple. I might have to do a couple of attempts here to see where they are. And if they're not here in the actual run, it doesn't really matter because there's more spots for them. Another thing that's nice about this start is we can get some early birch bark along here. And I guess coal, although coal isn't that important. The nice thing about this challenge is I can go inside, so it's going to make things a lot easier. Oops. So let's just do one dry run here. I guess I could come over here for more birch bark if I want to. Should be some right along here. Yeah, so if I follow this ridge, I can get one or two more pieces and some sticks if I want them. And then we just have to get to trappers. I don't think there's any saplings up there. So there's a couple of things I want to science. One thing is I want to know if this safe disappears like the one in Spence when you reload the zone.
I really do.
I want to figure out if my plan... So that there's a loot table where there's a hacksaw in trappers here. So that's a nice early hacksaw. This isn't it. So, let me think about this for a second. In the actual game, when I come in here, it's going to be pitch black. Alright, so yeah, so let's just, it sounds like you're saying it does indeed vanish. So when I come in here to check for the hacksaw... Oh, no, it's still there. Also, I could potentially just move it somewhere. Maybe that would prevent it from being deleted. If it does get deleted. It might only happen after it's opened, or who knows what the rules are. Doesn't seem to be causing an issue right now. Okay, so I think, unfortunately, it's only a 1 out of 4 for the hacksaw here, so... that's fine, though. The main thing I care about is this loop that I'm planning to run. Might be leaving the map. Yeah, it could be. So I don't think there are ever saplings up here. I know that since forever there's been a big grouping of birch saplings right here, which would be very nice. But we're playing on low plants, so... Oh. That's what I should do. I think I'm just gonna put plants on high for the next test, so that I can actually see a bunch of the spawn locations. And then we'll,
I'm freezing.
and then we'll figure out how to map the route. So the one part of this is the running around in a blizzard, trying not to get lost, and trying to check all the sapling locations. It's the part I'm most worried about. Can't believe we haven't seen a single sapling yet. I think there's a maple that spawns along here too. I looked at the map a couple weeks ago, so I kind of have a rough idea of where the sapling spawns are. Alright, let me run the rest of this route real quick and then we'll, normally I would go up that way, but I think we're gonna run up here just in case there's saplings up here. Yeah, unnamed cabin is part of my route. I'm thinking I'll probably have to stop in there to warm up in the actual run. So I don't see any up here. And it's probably going to be a pain to get down from here. Oh, so the other thing I already scienced out is that, according to the loot tables, the loot table with the hacksaw in that spot that I'm looking for also has a fire striker in Mystery Lake, so that gets me early matches, essentially, even though they're not really matches. One of the spots it can be is here, but there's a few other spots. Probably should have done passive wildlife for the test. We're gonna have to take a big detour around this bear. Yeah, they attack from pretty far away. I think one of the things that's going to be really interesting about me trying to do this challenge is, for all my experience in various aspects of the game, I'm really bad with the bow. Like, I have very little experience with it, and my aim is terrible. So it should be interesting. This cabin is a different color now. Okay, so there's at least saplings, although they're cut down. I think those are maple. So that's the low plant spawns getting the best of me here. Let me just check up here to see if there's any sapling spawns up in this area. I think we're going to come back and do all of this on high plant in just a second, because obviously I'm not learning too much from this run. Okay, so that's definitely maple. Looks like there's two of them. Not that it really matters. Kirk, welcome in. As I expected, I lost my run, the No-Bedroll one, so we're doing some tournament science now. Ooh, okay, so that's birch. Just up there. Okay, so we've got maple there, birch there. So even if I have to come this far to get my first set of maple and birch down, that's probably not the end of the world. I probably wouldn't want to have to go further than this, although I might want to get some extras. Let me just see if I can spot anything from the middle over here, and then we're gonna reset. I think this is up where the snow shelter is. Stupid wind. Okay, so for the next attempt, we're going to do plants high and wildlife passive. Just for scouting. Okay, I see a stump of another thing up here, so we don't have to come back here and check this next time. I was hoping I could see what was up here. Looks like birch, unfortunately, which is not as useful. What is that? No, it is maple. 2 potential maple. Okay. Maybe more. Now I want to see if we can continue on to another location. From up here without having to backtrack. This is... I think we're getting into cougar territory here, but shouldn't matter if we're coming here on day 0. Ah, another maple spot. Okay. It's gonna be a lot harder to navigate in a blizzard. Now I know there's another birch bark area up here, so I'm hoping there will also be birch saplings. I think we're getting pretty close to the dam. Maybe we have to go one more over? I'm a little bit confused about exactly where I am. I thought this would be loaded with birch bark all through this area. Maybe it's up here? This doesn't look right. Okay, so it's one more over. Thank.
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
Here we have yet another maple spawn. Where are all the birch saplings? There's got to be some like right up here. Okay, so this last half, I don't think I can do this in a blizzard, so probably the strategy would be get everything up to those spawns just past Unnamed Cabin, and then pass time in Unnamed Cabin until the blizzard is over, if it hasn't ended already, and then come get the rest of these. You can get more birch bark along the way, and there are really no birch saplings over here. I don't see any. Alright. So we're going to do this again with, oh, here we go. Wildlife behavior, passive wildlife. And plant availability is going to be high. Just make this high into 2 just in case it has an effect on it. I don't think it does. So this is why we need to have so many spawns to check, is because of how likely it is that we don't get them at all. I could have sworn on the map there was like a maple and a birch spawn right here. I mean, I could check these multiple times. Let's run over here a little bit. I don't think it's all the way over there. I mean, it's not like I even want these. I want the ones that are close to the hacksaw or after the hacksaw. Because if I find them here and I get the hacksaw, I have to come back here. It isn't the best use of time. Depending on how much I'm willing to re-roll, in fact, I might... Okay, so here's birch right here. So that is right along the wall. We still don't know where the maple is that's supposed to be in that little clearing over there. This is only one birch. I wonder if that's typical. And that's probably not even worth running back for. Since you can usually find like 4 or 5 birch in a group. Make sure I'm not missing any spawns here.
Sure getting cold.
So there's birch bark there. I think I've seen some up here too, though. If it's up here, I'll probably just stick to the wall. Alright, are these birch saplings here? No. Yet again.
Wait. I'm so cold, I'm warming up a bit.
And no sign of saplings up here either. Ooh, the hacksaw's back there. Okay, I'm glad I scienced this out. I thought it was like right here. So it's hidden behind the chair. And when there's a hacksaw, there's always a lantern. Where is the lantern? There it is. Hidden behind the locker. I don't know why I'm opening this. Guess I just want to see what kind of loot I can get here. $15 to $21.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Yippee. Alright, let's just grab like an hour of sleep, I guess, get warmed up. So maybe the low plant spawns only influenced the... Yeah, I think it just made the saplings cut down. I don't think it actually changed where they spawn. I think it just resulted in a lot of them being already cut down. So we didn't actually need to put it on high just to see the spawns. Hey, Shu. Welcome in. Yeah, so there is a maple spawn right here along this wall. So I guess after this we'll do one test run
So cold.
in a blizzard and see how that goes. Midnight blizzard. So the fire striker can be there, can be at the trailers. Both of those are fine. What I don't want is for it to end up being at the train car, because that involves significant backtracking to get there. Although it's possible, since I'm going to have the lantern. If the lantern has a decent amount of fuel, I can probably just go into the dam and find matches there. Okay, so I see a maple, I think, over there in the distance. See, this is what I'm not sure about. I feel like there's a potential spawn up here. There's this nice big flat area. Alright, I'm gonna have to check the map. I don't want to keep running up here. I'm gonna check the map later and see if there's a like a birch spawn up here or something. Oh, this is birch, it looks like, not maple. Oh, birch and maple. Okay, that's pretty sweet. Okay, so there's a potential birch and maple just past here. Got it. And then we come up here, and there's like a maple, I think, right up there somewhere. Trying to remember. Yeah, so I would run up here, and it's like right in the middle. How do I want to do this so I don't get lost in the blizzard? I guess I come up to the... all the sticks. Ooh, there's another maple back there. Okay, so I come up to all the sticks in the birch trees. There was a spawn right here. I think there was a maple last time. There's another set of maple even further back. Alright, let me see if I can plan a different route then. So we come up and check this. Then we keep going. We should be able to get over to where that snow shelter is. And check for, I think it was birch near there. No way I'm going to be doing this in a blizzard. This isn't the snow shelter area yet. Gonna be the next ridge over. Actually, so many maples. Okay, and then from this one, I think we said, no, Kirk, I don't have the dev console installed. That would be the smart way to do this. I'm pretty much done with my testing, though, and for the Blizzard part, I need to be able to do it in, like, real-world circumstances. Now, the one thing that's good, though, is I think everything past that maple and birch spawn just past unnamed cabin. So all of this stuff that I'm doing here, I think we'll do this after the blizzard ends. So I really only need to do the blizzard navigation for that first stretch to unnamed cabin. Didn't we decide it's down here somewhere? There's another maple spawn. Yeah, we come down here. And then we go down this way. And it's like right here. I guess if we don't see it, it's not here. Yeah, and I could also, like, fly around and increase my player speed. There's a lot of things I could do to make this more efficient. I think I'm pretty much done, though. I learned what I needed to learn. Oh, this is actually really useful to know that right here we're actually at the trailers. So I think instead of going up there, we go over here and check for the fire striker. Plus we can spend time in these trailers to warm up if we've gotten cold. And this is all going to be happening at, like, right at the coldest part of the morning. So we'll probably have to spend a little bit of time sleeping in a bed to warm up. So the fire striker spawns right there.
I'll take it.
Perfect. So if I don't find it here or in the blind, then unfortunately we have to go way out of our way to get it, but oh well. So I don't think I'm going to do the rest of this right now. We do know there's more saplings up there, but this is enough. All right. We're going to do the actual Midnight Blizzard now. This is the one that I need to be able to do this with the default settings. I guess I can keep everything else the same, just Midnight and Blizzard. So yeah, I don't think I'm even checking for that one maple that could potentially be over there. Because why would I come all the way back here to get it when I could just get one on the way? So we just assume that it doesn't spawn, or if it did spawn, we assume we get another one. So it looks like this is only ever one birch. So unfortunately, that's probably not worth coming back for ever either.
I'm so cold. Think.
So the birch spawns in particular have been really unforgiving. I wonder if... I mean, the maple is the most important. Like, getting that maple early to get it down, because that's the thing that takes the longest to cure, 6 days. But if I want to get a good supply of arrows, I need to get at least some birch down pretty early on, too. Okay, so I kind of follow this ridge. There's the cave. I think it's best to just stay on the high ground so I don't get lost. Stay just on this side of all the rocks and we get right to trappers. Possibly move the safe if we want to. Don't see the hacksaw, and we can double check by looking down here. Ooh,
Well, this stuff will
for
come
the
in handy.
lantern, which means that we actually do have a hacksaw here. There it is. I think we take all this off because we're gonna just get it torn up in this blizzard. I could probably search that cabin for more stuff, but I don't really see the point.
If I don't warm up.
Now, because the spawn here is so powerful, yeah, I basically need these. I need to have all these birch here. And in fact, this is so close. Now, on low, it would probably be like maybe 3 of these. 'Cause I don't think they would all be here. But this is the place that I'm going to get them. We might need to roll for this exact combination of they spawn there and we get a bunch of them and we get the hacksaw here. And then we can just pop back in here and go ahead and get these curing in the crafting location. And then we go right back out and do the...
It's a goddamn freezing.
We gotta get the maple. So one of them, we have to hug this wall. And there we go. And from here we just go on to unnamed cabin. Now, of course, this is on easy mode because we have all the plants on high settings. But at least if those things are there, then I can sort of navigate to them. Now from here, I want to bear to the right so I can stay a little bit on lower ground. See, this is what I'm concerned about. I'm lost, I think. We want to cut around here to get to the pond. But I could be way off in the weeds by now. Oh, this is right. Okay. So we got mushrooms and stuff that I'd probably grab in a normal run. Oh, a flare can be here. That's interesting. So I guess we don't have to rely on the fire striker 100%. Now, when we come out of here, I'm gonna make sure I don't get lost. So I probably come up by the bear cave here. I wonder if I find the birch and the maple in those two spots, if it would be worth just taking that maple right back to Trappers. 'Cause this is a pretty long trip over here with a chance of getting lost. Not too bad, I guess. So then we'd pop in here, drop the maple to cure. And then, check these last two spots, I think. Big pile of nothing? No, we do have another maple. Okay, so if we didn't find the maple there, we could potentially get it here. No birch here this time. But that's good to know that that's what the frostbite timer is like, in case I want to try to avoid it. I mean, we'll probably just get frostbite and not worry about it, but... Okay, and so then we'd probably sleep like 2 hours here, I think. To get fully warm. Give the blizzard a chance to end. Oh, I forgot to check. Let's check hours awake. So right now it is... Yeah, that's really good time. That's 2 hours awake and 2 hours rested. Actually, there's only 1 hour outdoors. And 2 hours awake. So... Let me think about that. I guess it doesn't really matter. Because it's the total amount of time that I spent before I got all the maples. Yeah, so it was shy of 3 hours to get the maple and the birch down. Now that's if, and it seems like I pretty much have to rely on getting that multi-birch spawn, and then one of those 2 maples. And then the next maple that we get down... And it's not going to be for a while. And also these are here, which isn't the most ideal spot for them. Still gonna wait for the blizzard to end. Alright, so other than fog, this is pretty much the worst non-blizzard visibility that we would get, I think. Sort of pre-dawn windy snow. Oh, a big problem here is there's a wolf spawn up here in one of the... maybe if I got some stones, I could do the one trick.
Gotta warm up somehow.
Or just hope he doesn't spawn in. Now these are both maple spawns, right? The one right here is a maple spawn, and then... Isn't there another one like back there somewhere?
Damn, I'm freezing.
I guess we just didn't get it at all. There is birch bark here.
Surrounded by snow and nothing to drink.
Don't remember what I did from here. I think we have to cut across two... Yeah, we have to cut across the next area and then the next ridge over that to get to the snow shelter. Where's the hammer on this loot table? I think in the dam, maybe? I don't remember. I didn't plan that far in advance. It's mostly this, like, first 6 to 12 hours that I'm really trying to nail down to get the stuff curing. Oh, and we also need to get a, within, well, I guess it's only, yeah, within 24 hours of when we do the, maple, we need to get the guts down for the bow. So I guess that's not too bad, since we have a hacksaw anyway. Not going to be too hard to do that. I'm not really a big fan of this route that I've used to get across here. Especially if it involves a big drop at the end. I guess that wasn't too bad. Yeah, so this could be great for getting some extra maple down for future bows right away. This is a lot of damage, though. Instead of sleeping out the blizzard, I could actually, if I get a sewing kit and trappers, which I think I saw one there a couple of times. You could maybe tear some cloth down in that unnamed cabin and craft at least head wraps, if not the hand wraps. Okay, so from what I remember, this is where the... No bandages. This is where the maple can be. Okay, so I think I need to Well, this is the loot table, right? I guess we can go check the dam. Yeah, this is where I don't want to go up that way, because we realized that instead we can go this way. to get to the trailers.
Ow! That smarts a bit. I've never felt so cold in my life. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, frostbite doesn't really matter, but it probably makes more sense to craft that clothing instead of sleeping if I have to kill time during that blizzard. Oh, it's gonna be dark though. So unless I can, unless I have a ton of lantern fuel or something, I'm not gonna be able to do that. Let's just get rid of this, sprain. Obviously, this is not how I would do it in the actual run, but
Oh, I'm starving.
okay, so we come in here and check there for the fire striker, and since we didn't find it, so it's actually in the other spot. I actually want to know exactly where that spot is in case I need it for later. So, did I get like a soda or anything? No. $49. Wait, there's 49 people watching. What the heck happened? Here I am just screwing around with testing, and now I wish I was doing something far more interesting.
I could eat anything right now.
Stupid blizzard. I just want to test. Yeah, I just happened to glance over and saw the thing. It's like, I think that's the most people I've ever had watching my live stream. So I guess, yeah, everybody's just really interested in the science. That must be it. This is also a time of day that I suspect is popular. It's like evening to night on the East Coast, which is, I almost never get to stream right now. YouTube is telling me now would be a good time to insert ads. It's got a little pop-up thing telling me, I guess, the more viewers are watching, I can earn more money. Thanks, YouTube. Thanks for the advice. We will not be doing that. Alright, I guess I can't decide what to do. I can do that anytime. We know the fire striker is over here. I want to go identify the exact location of it. Just so I know if this happens on a real run. Wow, it's nice and warm now. Ooh, you know what might actually be useful? The plane crash has guaranteed gloves. That's something that is only relevant for, outer. usually. But in this particular instance, wonder if I could work that into my route earlier somehow. So we check the snow shelter area, which can have 2 maple. After we've done that, there's just that 1 maple that I find before I go to... Okay, maybe we change the route. So I go to the snow shelter, and then instead of cutting across to the trailers, maybe I cut straight up here, go to the plane crash for the gloves, check this place for the fire striker. It is going to delay getting those future saplings, though, potentially. I don't know. What kind of route am I taking here? Can I get... I don't know if I can get up there. I think I'm going to force it. Get some energy back here for a second. Oh no, we fell. Just barely made it. Okay. So... the gloves would be in here, I think. Painkillers. Maybe they're up front. Yeah, so these... these driving gloves are always here. But they're frozen. Maybe if I get them early enough.
The cold is making my head feel thick.
I already got a lot of frostbite this run. Sirius! Welcome in. That's funny. This is a very rare find here, but it is possible to find this on NOGOA. Not that it matters for this tournament.
I think I can use this.
Wow, trail boots. If this was a real run, that would be pretty nice. Okay, so let's not get too distracted. The main reason we're here is to go down to the train car and... identify the location of that fire striker. So I can find it in the future if I need to. Yep, it's science time. Learning all about the Mystery Lake spawn for this tournament. Locations of the fire striker, flares, saplings. Got my hacksaw and my lantern already planned out. Here it is, behind the container. Okay. I don't think I found it in the hunting blind yet. So it's on the left of the stove over there, or it's here, or it's somewhere on the hunting blind. I'm sure I'll be able to find hunting blind. Okay, should I do anything else? I think that's basically all we need from this one. So there's still the question, so we come in here, we run along the wall, go to trappers, we basically are relying on that big set of birch there, because that's the only place that we can get a lot of it. Well, Pickle, originally I was thinking I'd go for the 1 and 4 that were on that loot table to get the hacksaw there. But I was watching some other people play, and the sapling spawns can really mess things up. So what I was just playing on here was high plants. So once I put plants on low, you know, we could get to like 3 maple spawns and have them all be already cut down. The thing that really concerns me about this this plan is that like every birch that I saw was a single birch, which could either not spawn or be cut down, except for the one spawn at Trappers. So we come in here, we go to Trappers. I think if I go with this strategy, we have to go for the birch saplings at Trappers, which is unfortunate because it's going to take it from a 1 in 4 to like a 1 in 12 or something for getting a start. Which, you know, it isn't the end of the world, I guess. And maybe we get lucky and get it early on. Yeah, Pickle, so the problem is... the maple goes down right away, and 6 days later it's time to craft the bow. So 24 hours after the maple goes down, the guts go down. And there's basically a day-long window before I can start crafting the bow, where any birch saplings that I got down right away, I can go ahead and craft arrows with those. So there's actually a big incentive. I think I could craft, you know, 15 arrows maybe in that day window before crafting the bow. Yeah, I know, I have to forge first and all that. This is actually the reason I want to go with the Mystery Lake spawn, is I don't want to go anywhere except for these 3 regions. Mystery Lake, Muskeg, and the Railroad. I want to like stay, because here I can get 3 free cured birch saplings from the one thing. Yes, so I do need the hammer. Like I said, I'm 90% certain it's in the dam on that loot table. I'll check before we actually do the tournament, but I'm pretty sure that that's where it is. I guess one thing I could do is I could run, while I'm at the dam, I could run into Winding River. I know there's maple in there. Is there birch? There's like that area up to the left on the high ground that you can reach from the cave area. I just don't know if there's enough birch there to really justify it. You know what? We have the technology to do this. Let me pull up a map. All right, bear with me for 1 second. This might take some finagling. So we want, it's probably like Steam, Long Dark Community Maps, something. I want the high quality one. Oh wait, can I just do this? Maybe this will work. I'm hoping I can do this and just have it automatically work. Does that work or no? It's being a pain. Sorry, I have to figure out how to get this to display. I guess I should set up a beginner streamer here. This really should not be that hard to do. Aha. Um, sure. Let's just make this, something like that. Okay, we good? Hopefully this will, just work. Okay, so this is something useful to know. Okay, so there are more birch spawns here. Can you guys see this okay? Hopefully I've got it working right. So this is the birch spawn that I like, that has like 5. And it looks like when we check the maple here, there's another couple of birch spawns that I've been missing on the way to the Hunter's Blind. So I've got to figure out how to do these in the blizzard without missing them. And then there's another... Interestingly, in addition to the birch and the maple that I saw here, there's another maple spawn. So this is making me think I should completely redo my setup here. So I think I saw this birch once and it was just 1, but there's another one that can spawn here. So if I can figure out how to check this birch, that maple, this maple, and that birch, I can probably just forget about going all the way over here. Because I was cutting over here and then cutting down and looking for this, which just isn't that likely to spawn. I think I could cut that completely. So instead we would come up here and grab these, sleep at the cabin, or, you know, do whatever. Quickly come up and check these 4 spawns, then come back to the cabin, cure anything that we have. And then I'd probably do... Depending on what I found, I could do this birch and maple here. Well, I'm focusing on birch spawns because in my testing, I had 1 birch spawn that had 5, and every other one that I saw was only a single birch, which is just not enough. I'm thinking if I get at least 1 of this maple or 1 of these 2 maples, as long as I get 1 down, then as long as I get 1 or 2 more maples down, like by the next day or 2, that should be fine. Like I'm not going to use my whole first bow up in 1 day. So I really just need one maple. I do need multiple birch, though. I'm also thinking, because this is a birch bark area with sapling spawns, traveling from here is just not very rewarding. Like this whole stretch through here to check these two spots and then going to the logging camp. That's just a long stretch of not very much useful stuff. In fact, it might even be good to just check these, come back here and like sleep until noon, because then it's going to be warm. It's going to be much better for traveling. Then we just need to get the 2 guts. Oh. And we can check these spawns when we come back. There's like 1, 2, 3 here that we can check when we're coming back towards camp office. I think I knew about this one here. Yeah, there's ones up here, but I don't think we ever go up here. It's just too far out of the way. I wonder what the Winding River spawns are like. Let me just see here. That's not what I want. Yeah, it's just like a maple. So we would never go in here. When we come through here, we're going to be taking the shortcut from here over to the cave anyway. So we're not ever going to want to be over here, especially just for a maple spawn or 2. Best luck for multi-birch spawns at Mystery Lake is that one by the hunting blind and the pond. Okay. Yeah, it's just not worth coming here for the maple. I'm already going to have all the maple I need long before we get to Winding River. And then there's just better places to get more for later in the run. So let's say best case. I got like all 5 birch. This wouldn't happen. But I got like all 5 birch here, and then I got another like 3 birch from this stuff. So that would be 8 birch, which is 24 arrows. That would be the entire crafting time that I have available to me between when the birch would be cured and when the maple would be cured for the bow. So I guess even just 5 birch total would be enough. I think we just do it until we get enough from this and like these couple of spots. And maybe here. Ideally, we check this stuff and we check this stuff, and then we stay at the cabin so we don't get frostbite. Best case 5 birch at Trappers and Pond. You're saying you can also get 5 at the pond? Well, there's also the fact that like some of it's going to be cut down. So if we go back to the game for a second, you have seen those? Okay. Let's do the non-blizzard version of this. I want to change, because here's the problem, is that we're going to be on low plants. So we come along here. I still have never seen that maple that's supposedly somewhere over there. Or I guess it's, yeah, maple. There can be birch along here. Looks like we don't have it today. So yeah, it seems like it's really important that we get at least one of those high yield birch spawns. I'm really surprised, like, I thought birch always spawned in like groups of 3 to 5. But there are several of these spots where it just is just one single one by itself, which is pretty disappointing. So yeah, it's too much effort to try to go along this ridge to grab the birch bark there. I think we just hug the wall.
Die if I don't warm up soon.
Okay, so no birch this time. There's probably going to be more like the standard experience. One second. Let me see if I can fix this. Okay, no hacksaw. So this is the wrong loot table anyway. Let's just go.
It's too cold to think.
I should have gotten my energy back while I was inside. Okay, so there's the maple. Now this is going to be the hardest part to do in a blizzard. Because, first of all, this maple might not be here. So we come here, if the maple's here, we get it. But it could also not be here, in which case we're still going to have to identify... I guess this big rock here could be my landmark. Yeah, because if I'm following the wall and I don't see the maple, I'll probably see this big rock off to the right. And so then from the rock... we really almost want to go, like, over here towards this other rock. And then once we get here, we turn and go to the low ground area here. I mean, I could be missing the birch. I don't know where it spawns yet. I don't know how I'm going to do that in a blizzard. Sirius, do you know where the, where the birch is? I'm assuming it just didn't spawn on this run. There's one just across from the... Oh, it's on this side of the rock. Interesting. So it's like... midway between here and the rabbits. There's one there. And there's one on that side of the rock. Hmm. So it would be... It would be like right here. Okay, so I'm pretty confident we don't have that one on this run. And then the maple would be... There's the rock. So it'd be on the other side of this rock is where the birch would be. If it spawned in. It would be like right... here? Aha! But it's just a single. Okay. So we could check for the single. Just in case. So from the maple... Right, so we'd be coming along here. We'd either find the maple, in which case we'd know we need to bear right. Or we wouldn't find the maple, we'd see the rock, and then we need to go to the right of the rock. And the birch is right there. Okay. And then from the right of the rock, we just keep going towards this other rock. Would you not also see the stubs of the birch? Well, so sometimes these things just don't spawn at all, right? Like the birch here. So there's two separate factors. There's the randomness of the spawns themselves, which happens even when you have plants on high, right? So even with plants on high, like there's no birch here, and there was no birch back at Trappers. So this is just like an unlucky spawn in general. But then there's also when you have plants on low, even if they do spawn in, sometimes they will be cut down and you'll just see the stubs. I don't know, should we do one more maybe just to see? Now's when I really wish I had mods installed, so I could quickly run over. I mean, it's not too far, I guess. The birch there is farther right. So you're saying the group of like 5 birch that's by the... Maybe we should just cut straight there. Yeah, it'll be faster if I just go straight there. Forget about checking the other spots. I already know how to do all that stuff. It is right behind the bunny spawn hill. Okay, I'll take a look. There's also supposed to be a maple that spawns in here, and I haven't seen it once in all these test runs. So I'm not sure what's up with that. Yeah, Pickle, so you can still get big groups, but when you have big groups, probably some of them are going to be cut down. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with me while I try to figure this out. I know it's not the most engaging thing, but...
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Really appreciate everyone. I'm thinking we might actually do an attempt, like a first attempt at the tournament tomorrow. I have a little bit of time in the morning. I just don't have time to do it tonight. I gotta get some sleep soon. I guess I don't even need to look at the... Yeah, I was thinking I would check for the birch over there, but it really doesn't matter.
God, yeah, freezing.
Found a big group of birch near the dam on my run. Oh, is that, is it the one... Okay, so you know how the river comes in and there's a hill with birch bark? Is it there, or did you find it over, like, on the other side of the dam? Okay, so we come here, we either see that, or we see this rock. We go this way. See, so this time this birch didn't spawn at all. There's no stump. Pickle, in 1 second I'm going to open the map again, because I want to know, because if there's another grouping of 5 up there, that would be worth going to check for. Right, so we skate along the left of this. I mean, it's possible I'm just getting unlucky and it's not spawning in. Maybe it's further up here? On the map, it shows it being, like, right there. Right in here. But maybe it's further up here? Nah, we're just not getting it, I guess. Unlucky. Is the cabin past the pond too far to travel? Yeah, so we are going to Unnamed Cabin. The problem is there's only a few birch spawns that spawn multiples. One of them is there, one of them is back at Trappers. And then so we do, part of my plan here is to run up to, and this wind is so loud, I think I'm going to run in. I think I'm going to go wait in the cabin for this wind to end. And then I want to go look at the, those places near, what is it, Clear Cut? Maybe we can learn something about these spawns here. So when we come to the cabin here, there's 3 spawns. There's like a maple, a birch, and a maple in a row here. The maple, let me just like sleep for an hour to get some energy and stuff back. Riverside coming from the blind, going to the dam on the left. Yeah, yeah. I've gotten birch there. Oh, you know, there's probably some in, I think there's some in the ravine too. I probably want to drop into ravine pretty early on just to get all the birch bark. Okay, so I feel like one of the spawns is supposed to be like right up there or something. I think I've even seen a maple up there. But yeah, this is the problem with low plants. So the birch didn't spawn at all, it looks like. The maple, we got the grouping of 2 maples here, but they're both cut down, thanks to the low plant settings. The other maple didn't spawn in at all, it looks like. Okay, but there's 4 potential spawns up here, so let's see what these look like. Because I've only seen 2 of them, to the best of my knowledge. We got multiple wolves. I think we're on passive still. Yeah, they're running scared. Okay, so I think it's like the birch are in front. There's like a birch. There's a potential birch here, which I'm pretty sure I've seen, and it's a singleton. Then there's a couple of maple spawns further back. Like we got 2 maples with one of them cut down. One of the spawns is there. Okay, so there's a birch spawn up there that's not there. That one's there. And then my understanding is there's another maple spawn over here. This is all stuff I would do after the storm, though. I think this is too much to come do. I can only go to that stuff right near Unnamed Pond. If you ever manage 50 days, you might try to get a quicker vote in the next one. Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely falling victim to premature optimization here. There's supposed to be another birch spawn up here, but that didn't spawn in either. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna give it one more attempt, and then I'm gonna have to call it. It's just, I feel like we should see one of these spots, right? Like, there's like 3 separate birch spawns that we're looking for. We should get lucky and see one of them at some point, just to get some more info. Okay, so this time we'll just kind of run straight there, I think. I'm going to skip the Trappers one, because we know when that one spawns in. Maybe we'll see this elusive maple this time. Alright, where are we? That's Trappers. While I'm up here, I wonder if I can see... I think we're already too far from that other spawn that I was thinking about. So I have a question for you guys, because I have 85 viewers right now, which is just an unreal number for me. And I'm curious if those of you who are kind of just sitting quietly in the chat, and you don't have to type, like, don't feel like you're called out. I'm curious if you think it's more of a time of day thing, or if YouTube just threw my stream at you and you thought you would stop in, or... It's just... I'm trying to figure out what's causing this spike in the viewership. Because I'll stream more often in the evenings if that's a popular time. I didn't realize that it would be that popular. Time of day, you think? Yeah. That's probably it. I mean, certainly sometimes I stream at the most ridiculous times. So there's that lone birch. Right between those trees there. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's quite far away. So the maple, the lone birch there. Then we come up on this side of this rock. There's the rabbits. We're coming up to the pond. Monday Night Football got pulled off of YouTube TV tonight? Wait, what? Did it? I don't know. Either we're just getting really unlucky or this birch doesn't spawn here. According to the map, it's supposed to be, like, over on this hillside, I think. It could just be bad luck. Alright, let's go check these last couple of spawns, because I'm curious if the birch at the cabin can be, Yeah, that makes sense, Pickle. That birch spawn hates me. Apparently. Well, clearly, it's just gonna hide until I actually have my main run, where I actually do the tournament, and then there's gonna be 5 birch there, and it'll be perfect. So we don't really have to worry about anything. Looks like we got both the birch and the maple here this time. Still no other maple spawn. Unless it's like hiding up there in the hills, but I don't see it. Oh no, we didn't get the birch spawn, just the maple. Okay, so we got the dual maple, we got 0 birch. I think the birch, I've seen it, it's like 1 birch that spawns out here somewhere. It's not that exciting. The main thing I'm wondering is it possible that there's like another multi-birch spawn up here? I'm pretty sure this 1 birch here is a singleton. Which is not spawning again. Crazy. Neither of the maple spawns have spawned in either. Okay, so then that just leaves... Well, there could be a maple spawn on the other side over here. So there's theoretically, according to the map, another birch spawn over here. Has anybody ever seen this one before? Okay, you know what's possible? Yeah, here it is. Okay, so it's just a Sickleton. So not even really that exciting to come back here and look for it. Okay, so I think the end result of all this, um, we're gonna have to get either the multi-birch at Trappers or the multi-birch in front of the Hunter's Blind. This one I've never seen before, but I've been reliably informed that it's there. We need at least one of those because we need a stash of birch for the first set of arrows. And that's probably all I'm going to get. I mean, I might get lucky and get like a singleton from one of these, I guess. Although if I already have my maple, or I could get one here too. But if I already have my stuff, it might not even be worth going back here. It might be better. I still don't know about this. This one might be a multi-birch. That one's kind of not on the path to anything. But then at some point during the first day, I should be able to check 1, 2, 3, these birch spawns. And I know this one, I'm pretty sure this one is multi. Or maybe it's this one that's multiple birch. I think it's this one actually. I think I remember seeing like 3 or 4 from this one. And this one can also have multiples, although I don't think it's a lot. I think it's only like 3. That's the one that Pickle was talking about. And then I don't know anything about this one. This one might be worth investigating. But it's kind of out of the way. So the last thing I wanted to check, we checked Winding River, but what about Ravine? Yeah, there's 3 birch spawns right here. So plenty of options for day 2 birch. It's just gonna be a trick getting that day 1 birch. Or day 0 birch. Down for those initial arrows that I want to craft. Alright, well, I think I've learned as much as I can from this. I think we're just gonna go into real runs. Probably tomorrow I'll do a tournament run and see if I can get one off the ground. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. This was fun. Good to get some easy, fun stuff in after that ridiculous challenge that killed me. Oh, it'll probably be like morning, like relatively early in the morning. I won't have 90 people watching me when I do that stream tomorrow morning. Let's see, what time is it now? It'll be like 12 hours from now. So not a similar time other than AM versus PM. Be exactly the opposite time. Yeah, that's what I figured. Alright, well, that was fun. Thanks, everyone. Those of you who can make it bright and early tomorrow morning, or at night, depending on your time, I'll see you then. Otherwise, see you the next time I can do an evening stream. All right. See you later.